welcome to the Great Margarita Hunt. I'm Jenny, and I'm on the hunt for the very best margarita in the whole world. And I'm inviting you to come with me as we explore all kinds of different margaritas, whether at home or in restaurants and bars that we visit. And we'd like you to tell us where you think we could find a great margarita. Please comment below, tell us about a place near you, or maybe it's your recipe that you can share with us. And we would like to try that on a future episode or go show up in person as part of one of our margarita hunts. Today we're going to have, just for fall, just in time, we're going to celebrate apples, green apples, and we're going to have an apple margarita made with green apples. And ready for this? We've made our own word up. We're going to have a Japplepeño Margarita, which is going to be with green apples and jalapenos. So we're going to try two very different flavors. One will put cinnamon sugar on to make it a little special for fall here, and the other with the jalapenos will use a chili rim, so it'll be spicy. Are you ready to get started? Let's get started. So let me show you over to the side what we're going to use. We're going to have for our apple margarita, we're going to use El Tesoro Reposado Tequila, and we're going to use apple cider today, and we're going to use some fresh lime juice, and we're going to use star anise seed for our garnish. And for our Jalapeño Margarita, of course, we're going to use jalapenos and green apples, and we're going to use one of our Mar Azul silver tequilas we're going to use. And with both of these, we're going to use a green apple simple syrup that we made with what? Green apples, a cup of sugar, a cup of water, and some chopped up green apples, cooked, simmered for 10 minutes, and stored so that we could use that as our sweetener to go with the green apples. Well, let's get started. The first one I'm going to make is going to be the apple margarita. So we're going to use 2 ounces of the reposado. Let me show you that recipe. We're going to use 2 ounces of El Tesoro Reposado. We're going to use 1.5 ounces of apple juice. We're going to use cider today. 3/4 ounces of fresh squeezed only lime juice. 1 ounce of green apple simple syrup, and that star anise seed as our garnish with a little dash of ground cinnamon. So let's get started. I am excited about this. These flavors sound very interesting to me. So 2 ounces of reposado. We went with the reposado to get a little bit of depth here. You know, a reposado is aged longer than a silver tequila, and we're going to use that for some of our fall recipe margaritas that we're going to be trying. And 1.5 ounces of this apple cider. You could have tried some different, I think the apple juice would be a little sweeter. I thought the apple cider would work better with the reposado, and that's why we went that way. 3 ounces of fresh squeezed lime juice. We always like to squeeze these right before we start these videos. Oh, there's a little bit more. There we go, 3/4 ounce of that. 1 ounce of the green simple syrup. Green apple simple syrup. And it doesn't look green, does it? Because we didn't put anything green in it. But here we go. We're going to use 1 ounce. There we go. 1 ounce of that green apple simple syrup. You know, it smells pretty mild. It doesn't. I thought it might smell stronger of the apple, but it doesn't. So, but with the apple cider, it's going to get that. And then we're going to mix this up just with our ice. You know what? Let me get the rim ready, though. I decided for this one I wanted to do, and we may be doing this with some future margaritas that we're going to try in the days and weeks ahead. I wanted to put cinnamon sugar on it. Now, I also thought about caramel. Caramel would also work for this, but I put cinnamon sugar on this so we could be ready. And let me put some ice, if you'll excuse me one moment. I've got my ice, trying to keep it cold. The ice that we're going to put in our glass here is smaller. Let's see if that's probably maybe just a little bit more here. There we go. So I got to keep this out of the way and look for the ice that I use to shake it up is a little different. Okay. I've become an ice connoisseur recently, and I'm still looking for a good ice maker. We recently picked one up and it didn't work out. So I'm now looking for a different type of ice maker. Here we go. We're going to shake up our 2 ounces of El Tesoro Reposado and apple cider, a little lime juice, and that green apple simple syrup. So let's see. Strain this. Oh, Doesn't that look very elegant? I like that. This would be nice for your guests coming over during the holidays. Now let me show you. We're going to float one of these little star anise. I'm actually going to put 2 on top of here, which are going to have, let me show you on the side here what this looks like on top. I just think this looks, isn't that pretty? And while I let this sit here for just a moment, we make our next one, that star anise is going to give it a nice little flavor. That's used sometimes to make other types of liqueurs as well. So you can see that in cocktails. Oh, that's very pretty. I like that. So now we're going to go for our Japplepeño. I had a hard time there with that. Japplepeño. So we're going to use the jalapeño with the apple. Let me show you that recipe. So we're going to have 2 ounces of tequila. Today I'm using the Marzul Silver, a half of a green apple cut up, and 2 jalapeño slices. I'm not taking the seeds out, so it'll be a little spicier. 1 ounce of fresh lime juice, 1 ounce of that green apple simple syrup, and we're going to top it off with Topo Chico to make it a little bubbly and refreshing. So here we're going to go first. I've got half of a green apple that I've already peeled, and I'm going to take those pieces and put it in the bottom of my shaker. And then I've got 2 good-sized jalapeno slices, and like I said, they still have the seeds in them. And I'm going to put in the fresh lime juice, which is the 1 ounce of the fresh lime juice. There we go. And now, let me put this here. Fresh lime juice, I'm going to go ahead and muddle. Let me go ahead and muddle this like this. And I'm going to pop in to release that apple in there. Now, instead of using apple juice, we're using this fresh apple, but it's going to absorb some of these flavors and mix this up with the jalapeno. So just going to squish this up, making my own applesauce here with the jalapeno. So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I'm trying to squish it up in there. Okay, so I'm making some minced apple here. You know what? I might have chopped this up. I tell you what, I would have chopped this up just a little bit more. Make those apple pieces just a little smaller. But it's working. We're getting it. Okay, so I've got the jalapeno, the lime juice, and that smushed up apple. And now we're going to add our 2 ounces of our tequila, which is this Silver Marzul. This is no additive free and comes from a family business in San Antonio, Texas. We're looking forward to, we have enjoyed several, their añejo and their reposado. Okay, here we go. And now we're going to add, we have the fresh lime juice, the simple syrup. So I've got 1 ounce of this green apple simple syrup. Need that in here for this flavor. Instead of using an orange liqueur, which we thought would clash with the apple, we're putting in that green apple simple syrup. Need some ice in here. Know what type of margarita you would like us to try if you have an idea. And also, please like and subscribe so we know you want us to keep making these margaritas. We are looking at going on a margarita hunt fairly soon, and we'd like to invite you to come with us. Oh, you know what? I need to put something on this rim. Let me go ahead, and I'm going to put tahini or a little chili salt on this rim because it's going to be spicy, but I'm only going to put it on half of my rim right now. There we go. That'll be pretty with the green. And then I'm going to put this pretty ice in my glass. So I'm all ready. And oh, this is exciting. I have been wanting to try this now for a bit, and I always wait, you know, until we're with you to try these margaritas. So here we go. Oh, I hope I didn't lock that in too much. There we go. All right. So here we go. This is our Japplepeño Margarita. All righty. Now, you know, I do this in front of y'all every time, but when I practice, it works. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to pour this in, and let's see. I decided I think I'd like to float a jalapeno slice on top. And since I mushed up the one I put in there pretty good, I'm going to just skip myself a little slice and put it right here on top to make it pretty. And let's see. So we have our Japplepeño Margarita. So that's our spicy green apple margarita. And here we have our apple margarita, which sounds very good. I'm going to try this now. Are you ready? I'm ready. Here we go with the cinnamon sugar rim. Oh my goodness, this is so different. This is really good. So that star anise, funny enough, just floating on there, it's definitely giving us a little bit of a flavor. It could be because I'm smelling it as well. Cinnamon sugar on the rim. Wasn't too sweet. It was cinnamon. Oh, you know what? I was going to put a dash of cinnamon. Dash of cinnamon on the top. Literally just a dash. Just a dash. Don't know that I needed it there, but that was on the recipe. I think that will help with the smelling of it as well. Smelling of it? You know, when you taste what you smell. Let's see. I am really enjoying this. This is so refreshing. And yet, it has, with that cinnamon in there, it makes it a bit more savory. It's not too sweet. It is a very balanced margarita. I love these new tastes and these combinations. I don't know that I would have ever tried this anise seed, this star anise seed. I don't think I would have tried that, but it's lovely to look at and it's really enjoyable. This whole thing together is really good. I think, you know, I would say, and that green apple simple syrup, it was perfect because there's the tartness of the green apple with the sugar together. It blended really nice. This is not too sweet. You know, a lot of times cocktails are too sweet, aren't they? So this is really nice. I like this. Okay, so now the Japplepeño Margarita. You know what? I was going to top this off with Topo Chico. You could use any kind of mineral water just to get a little bubbly in there. Don't need a lot, but just to top it off, I thought that would help blend out these flavors, which let's see what this jalapeno mixed in, muddled in with that apple, what this is going to be like. Same thing. I taste definitely that jalapeno comes forward right away on this one. Versus on this where the apple blends in. This has a lot more jalapeno flavor in it, and I don't taste as much of the apple. Now that may be because I needed maybe more of that apple to be released in there, so note to self, note to all of us, I would have chopped up that apple a bit more before I tried to muddle it in there. But this is good. I would say it's a little bit more like a jalapeno margarita than an Japplepeño Margarita. There's a little more taste, but it's not too hot. Now I have a little bit of this chili rim here. And that helps. And of course, I topped it off with that Topo Chico, so that made it a little more light as well. It lightened it up. So it's not very strong. I would say I'd probably give this a 3. You know, we have a scale of from 1 to 5 margarita glasses that we use to rate our margaritas when we go on margarita hunts and also when we're here with you. And I would give this a 3. So 5 means it's the best margarita ever. It's fantastic. 4 means it's a really good margarita. 3 means it's a good margarita. We would have it again if we were in a restaurant. It would be good to have with your meal. And 2 means we wouldn't order it again. Not a very good margarita. And 1 is horrible. We don't want to talk about it. This one would be pushing a 4. I like this. I like this blend of flavors, different flavors. It's a little more rich. I like this. This I would probably give a 3.5 to a 4. This one I would keep at a 3. But I really enjoyed trying these. If you can think of something else that you would like us to try, please comment below and let us know what it is. We're heading into Thanksgiving and the holiday season, so we're looking for some unique flavor combinations to share with you. But until then, we're going to be enjoying these margaritas. The hunt continues.